The bar is in hell.
The bar is in hell. What does that mean?
They're saying it's impressive if you could tell a guy you don't want to have sex and he's like cool with it and understanding. The bar is in hell. Like.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Bar is low.
The bar is very low. That's what I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I see. Well, so, I mean, I certainly agree that if the girl is like, wants to wait, it's certainly a good look to be like, hey, that's totally fine. Like, I'm not pressed. We can wait. But what if the guy, let's say the guy has a rule too. Maybe he has a 3-date rule, or maybe a 2-date rule, maybe even a first night rule. And you say no. And he's like, would you take an issue with the guy who, let's say you're hanging out with him and he wants to hook up and you don't, and he's like, okay, well, you can leave. Have any of you, I don't know if any of you have had that, but would you take an issue with a guy hanging out with a guy, he wants to hook up, you don't, that's totally fine, but he says, okay, well, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely not going to see them anymore.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Unless it was, like, planned, then it's, like, different, but, like, usually no.
Okay.
I think that's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful for the guy to just say...
You can leave. Like, because then you're like, okay, that's all he wanted me for.
Or maybe, like, let's say he's not going about it rude, but he's, like, he tries, maybe you guys kiss or make out a little bit, but you're just, like, you don't want to go further, right? And he's like, hey, that's fine. Hey, it's getting kind of late. Like, maybe we could wrap it up. So he's kind of like, it's apparent to you that he wanted to hook up and he kind of wants to get on with his night, but he's doing so about as diplomatically as one can go about it. Would you take issue with that? Now that I've reframed it, I don't know if you guys want to come back in or...
That's just mean.
Still mean.
Yeah.
It would just make my mind think, like, damn, like, he's probably... poot-hanging it every night, all day, 20. You gotta get me out, get the next one in. It just makes you reconsider who you want to have. There's nothing wrong with getting around, whatever, but
Sure.
it makes you want to reconsider who you're having sexual relationships with.
Right.
I feel like it's different if, like, you guys, like, were making out and, like, doing other things, and then, like, it ended, and not, like, abruptly, but, like, he was just like, okay, it's getting late, whatever. But if you were like, I don't want to have sex with you, and he was like, okay, leave, that is horrible. Never talk to that man ever again.
Sure.
I think it's just looking for different things, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just not to waste each other's time. I think is really important.
Fair.
I think it's good for them to let you know, because if you're not interested in doing anything more than just making out and doing stuff, then like him letting you know is a good thing, so you're not being led on. But I think there's like a nicer manner it could be done than just like saying get out, like kicking you out.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you just need to like talk about it before you hang out, because I feel like sometimes guys like will try to be like really, really nice and like gentleman-like, so like you feel more inclined to have sex with them. But if like you talk about it beforehand like that, like you're literally just like meeting up to like smoke and then like have sex, then like yeah, that's fine. But like if like they're like they want to have sex and you don't want to, and they're like okay, leave, like okay, lol, like I'm gone, like I don't know, just like move on. There's like so many people, like they couldn't like be that cute.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Esther?
I think if you say it politely, I understand. But actually, I agree. I would think, oh, he has someone else coming in, so I'm going to get out and not speak to him ever again.
Yeah, that's kind of really disrespectful. So I just going to leave and then block everything, like shut down from him.
Wait, so you think it'd be disrespectful even if he was kind of more diplomatic and polite about asking you to leave? Or kind of ending the night, so to speak. Still disrespectful.
It depends how he like react, I think. I don't know. It's
Sure. So I mean, my personal take on this is I'm not pressed to like get sex or have sex with a girl. So if she wants to wait a bit, that's totally fine. Not a big deal. We can continue hanging out. I do know though that there are definitely guys where so I'm not speaking about me, but I'm speaking for other men here. Some other men, I should say. They just want to hook up. They just want a one-time thing. There's there's some women that want that. There's some men that want that. Sometimes there's not it doesn't sync up between what both people are kind of looking for. But I would say that so men are not entitled to sex. Women are not entitled to sex either, but men are not entitled to sex. And I would say that women are not entitled to continued attention, to continued time hanging out. So if a guy, he wants something and you don't want it, that's totally fine. But I think just like how you're in your right to say, I don't want to have sex, he's also in his right to say, well, I don't want to continue hanging out with you. Do you disagree?
No.
Okay.
I don't disagree. I mean, everyone, that's what he wants. It's better to come clean so they can break it off now, but
Sure.
it doesn't make it any, like how we explained earlier, it still doesn't make the situation less disrespectful in a sense. Like if it was really me, if I was put in that situation, I would be like, all right, cool. Like you don't want to do anything. If our plan was for you to stay the night or something like vibe out, let's vibe out. And then maybe before you it is time for you to leave or in the morning, whatever. And then I'll be like, hey, I don't know. Seems like we might want different things. Maybe it's better off separate, but just being
Sure.
like, oh, you don't want to fuck? All right. Dip out, homie. It's like a little like, damn.
That's
Yeah.
pretty ruthless, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't recommend guys doing that, but I think there probably are guys that are
Yeah.
that abrasive. So
No, they are.
don't recommend it, guys. So we've touched on a whole bunch of stuff. Let me just see if there's any soup chats. No, we don't have any soup chats. So